some last minute streaming tonight. I'll probably play like one league, probably for the next hour, hour and a half maybe. The whole losing an hour thing sucks. So, but yeah, basically I'm just playing the same red-green LD deck that I have been playing. So I'm making one change in that instead of the Spellskite, I'm actually trying one Shatterstorm. Mostly because I expect to see more Lantern and Affinity decks in paper. The online meta has shifted already, and I've talked to multiple people, including multiple friends, who've basically stopped playing Eldrazi. Like, they just haven't seen Eldrazi, or like it's dropped significantly. Like, I've played it, I think, twice in the last 15 rounds, so which is pretty reduced. So so my sideboard is currently not exactly prepped for all the like burn and super aggressive decks I expect to face that are now like out because Eldrazi, the format has shifted online. But I expect the paper format that I'm going to play in the IQ tomorrow to be pretty similar to the GP format that I played over the weekend. So but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop from this. And so basically, and okay, I'll go ahead and join this league. So don't be frightened by all those losses. Some of those were concessions to people who had really sweet decks. And I don't really care about 5-0s anyway, so. But yeah, thanks for watching. My name, you can find me on Twitter at Matt Mendoza. Please follow me and subscribe. Subscribe and follow my YouTube. Links right up there. YouTube.com/Matt Jacob Mendoza. And you can also find the podcast that I am on, Canada's premier MTG podcast, the A-Team, at manadeprived.com, or the A-Team online on iTunes. Also, in addition, we are trying to go to GP Toronto to do a whole bunch of streaming and content recording and stuff like that. So if you would be so kind as to donate, that would be excellent. We're doing some giveaways in the forms of if you donate $25, you'll have a chance to win a whole bunch of stuff, including a foil expedition Verdant Catacombs and a foil expedition Temple Garden. So yeah, the information is right up above me. A-Team, or it's GoFundMe.com/A-Team Toronto. And all right, so this looks like a decent hand. No real pressure, but we've got disruption, and then we've got some like bonfire, and we'll keep it. I have a pretty reliable source. The Sprawl will give us a solid turn 2 mana source, can't be bolted. Sprawl in this deck is the most reliable mana dork, quote unquote, in the deck. So yeah, we'll lead with that. And I also have my Twitter open, so should you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to hit me up there. Fish, all right. So now fish, with turn 1 Aether Vial, it makes it a little bit difficult because they have the ability to basically cheat mana, so they can play a creature with their lands and then play a creature with their vial, or play spells. So it's a little challenging, but I'm sure we'll be okay. If we go after the land and then force them to rely on their vial, we can get a lot of percentage points by doing that. So that's the best way that I've found to attack fish. Chat's asking me some questions. Okay. And we'll go ahead and fetch here. There's a good chance that in the next couple turns he'll try to spreading seize my sprawl. So, but we've got the stomping ground and the wooded foothills for backup. So we're going to go ahead and get a basic forest. And then next turn we'll play the stomping ground. And then we can fetch a basic mountain if we need to get into another red source. So, but having double green is fairly solid. And I've always wondered whether it's right against fish to bring in Ancient Grudges just to go after their vials, but that's really their only target, so I've never actually tried it, but it's something I've thought about. Now, he does have one on Vial, so Curse Catcher is a possible card. So we will go ahead and we will play... We'll play the fetch, and then if he tries to Curse Catch, we'll have the ability... Curse Catch our Blood Moon will have the ability to fetch and pay for that. Now, Blood Moon's not going to do a whole bunch. It'll turn off his caverns, his Metavolts, and his... mainly just his caverns and Metavolts. If they're playing multiple colors, like white or red, I've seen white and red, they play a pretty non-basic mana base. Alright, he does not have a second land. And which is good. We'll go ahead and I think we're going to Beast Within his Aether Vial on his upkeep. And or even at end of turn so that he doesn't get a second activation out of it. So we will go ahead and I'm just going to do it now. It'll get some power on the board, but it'll limit his options. Usually I would do it during his upkeep. Wow, he did not have a 2-drop. That is insane for this deck. Or he just didn't think to use it. I'm not sure. Usually I would Beast Within his stuff during their upkeep. That way their beast has summoning sickness so they can't attack me. But giving him an opportunity to use his vial a second time is not something I want to do. And we're going to take some hits from this beast for the next couple turns. Assuming we don't draw anything. Thrun's really good in this matchup. So, because it comes down, it doesn't get targeted by any other stuff. We can only bonfire for 2, so we're just going to play this tapped land and pass the turn. And he did not attack me. I don't know why he did that. Oh, alright. And so he discarded a vial and a vapor snag, so we know he's playing fish. Like, for sure. We didn't see a bunch of his deck, but we can assume. And then against fish, we bring in the 3 Finks and the 3 Shock. I'm going to bring in the other Thrun as well. And then we board out the Stone Rains because they don't do a whole bunch. And 1 Beast Within, 1 Dragon. And we'll go ahead and board out the second Beast Within. Although... yeah, I like that. So I kind of like to have the Beast Withins, simply because they kill Lords, which is pretty helpful. But giving him a 3/3, and we're bringing in more burn. Dragon is like the weakest threat we have against them because they have a bunch of stuff that taps down dudes. Batterskull is actually the strongest, because giving all of our creatures vigilance is excellent against their harbingers and things like that. So I think I'm going to keep the second. Yeah, we'll keep the second. We're bringing in a pretty solid threat. I'll take out the second dragon for the extra beast within. I want to destroy lords, especially on the draw. And I'll update my spreadsheet real quick. Okay, we've got only one land. We've got 2 dorks, and we're on the draw. He's not going to kill my dudes, but he can spreading seas whatever land I get. And if I'm still stuck on one land in the next couple turns, then it turns off Arbor Elf. Yeah, let's mulligan. I don't want to take the risk. Ooh, this hand is not superb. No. Okay, it just gets worse from here. Well, let's keep in hope. Alright, and I'll take the opportunity to update my spreadsheet real quick. Fish. And game 1 win. And we were on the draw. Or no, we were on the play. Okay. And yeah, that's actually, pretty solid. How this deck wins on mulligans is that having your mana is pretty crucial. Because it allows you to set up your games, your swingy spells like Bonfire, like Miracling Bonfire is pretty sweet. Especially against creature decks. Like at the GP, I won. I beat Elves on a mold of 3 by basically bonfiring a couple turns in a row. Or a couple turns. So, drop frames, okay. And now we do have to be mindful of spreading seas and all that, but birds will help us maneuver around that. Lord, okay. Nice 7th edition Lords. Okay, so far, we're off to a good start with our mulligan. Next turn, we can go after one of his lands and ramp, and then we'll have even out of our hand, like assuming he doesn't do anything, we'll have a fairly sizable bonfire. Joe Cronin, IQ tomorrow? Yep. Got an IQ modern. It's in Kansas City at Spanky's Card Shop, so that's where I will be playing. Pretty excited to jam this deck in still in the middle of Eldrazi Winter. It has a pretty sweet matchup. Alright, we'll take our lumps here. We do have to be careful because his Vial at 2 means that a bonfire for 2 can be easily outclassed by a Lord like you see now. However, a Miracled Bonfire would be pretty sweet here. Okay, and we are going to be able to... this game is going to be super tight. Assuming he doesn't have a spell pierce or anything. And we'll go get a stomping ground here. No. Okay. Thank you. Jake Roman says, good luck. I've seen their stream before. Yeah. I know they do stream. I'm excited about the potential to be featured on there. So, crushing Eldrazi decks. So, no C's. Now, okay. So, he's going to make his creatures 4/4s and attack me for 1. Or for... Attack me down to 1. Nope, plays Kira. Okay. So, that's good for us. That means he doesn't have a Regery. So, our Bonfire, if we draw a land, we can just Bonfire his whole team. The Curse Catcher presents a problem. Okay, so we basically want either a Titan or a Miracle Bonfire. Nope. Not a Heath. That's not what we want. So 2, 4, 6... Well, we can't Bonfire for 2. So let's see. Let's see if he Curse Catches this. There's a chance in hell that he just flakes on the Curse Catcher. Gotta hope for that misplay. Oh, please don't sacrifice your Curse Catcher. Please? Please? Yep, alright. Well, he did. He made the right play. Draconian says, wow, this deck is pretty great. I agree. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been something we've been working on. Me and my small team of KC players. So, we were on the draw, and that was a loss. Pretty questionable Mole. Well, the 7 was like the only close keep, and then all the other ones were like do nothing until turn 4 hands, and they can be pretty quick. So let's see if we want to board it differently. I don't think so. AP and Kieran may actually be better than this Beast Within. Let's try that. All right. Game 3. Would I like to play? Well, yes. Yes, I would like to play. Thank you for asking. Okay. So, we have kind of a conundrum here in that we want to avoid putting our Utopia Sprawls, because as you can see, right next to each other is the problem, is that when Utopia Sprawl goes on Stomping Ground and then Blood Moon comes into play, Stomping Ground stops becoming a forest and becomes a mountain. However, the rest of the hand is solid. We've got some removal. We've got something to get us through. We've got a solid turn 3 play. We're going to go ahead and keep this. I'll just go ahead and play the Shockland tapped. That way we can just... oh, he's mulliganing into 3 cards. Okay, 2 cards, and this may not even be a game. Chrome Bonfire is pretty dope. You've been jamming Standard too. I have not switched to Standard yet. I'm about to. I'll probably start next week. But with the GP last week and all the other Modern I've been wanting to play, this has just been the deck that I've played. Austin Senators, give Fire Spout or Anger a try sometime. I actually had Fire Spout and Slag Storm in the board for a long time. Ooh, this may... Okay. Yeah, no. I actually had Fire Spout and Slag Storm in the sideboard for a long time, but they're kind of a non-bow when you have mana dorks and your like mana generation engine is like well, all right, that's kind of a bummer. I understand how that is, mulling to 3 and then not getting to play Magic. But ultimately, I didn't like the fact that they killed all of my stuff. So, I wanted to go with some non-symmetric or asymmetric board wipes, which is really difficult actually because Bonfire is really the best one, and because when you think about all their like red stuff, you have access to Bonfire and Mortars, and then other than that, you have spells like Arc Lightning or Arc Trail. Like I played with Arc Trail for a long time, tried that, and to middling success. It was fine. It was never spectacular. I mean, there was the like times when you got like a Hierarch or a Birds and a Kasali Pride Mage or a Malira or an Anafenza or something like that. So, but ultimately, like, I just went with the Bonfires because it's just it scales, and it also can just kill your opponent. It kind of just does a bunch of stuff. I have played with Mortars, and it's fine. Ultimately, like, not being an instant is pretty detrimental, but being able to overload it. Okay, I'm liking this hand. We do not have a solid turn 2 play, and we are on the draw. But we have a solid turn 3 play, and we have our mana. So we're just going to go ahead and keep this. We have a nice top end too. We drew our threats, which part of how we lose sometimes is just not drawing our threats. And Floodstrand, Steam Vents. Ooh, okay, so Balancing Act. This should be interesting. Oh, we got a turn 3 play, so alright. And I think I'm okay with, well, we don't really need to aggressively fetch Stomping Shocklands. And this is going to be kind of a bummer because anything we target with our LD spells is just going to get sacked. But we do have a nice racing hand. And we should be able to keep him off of Balancing Act for a while. And we'll go ahead and play this Forest. Hopefully it doesn't have like a Spell Pierce or something. I don't believe this deck plays that stuff. This is the first time I've ever actually played against Balancing Act online. And we'll have Grudges and Shatterstorm post board, so we have some good board options. Border Post. Okay, this is annoying because our LD spell now has no target, and spells now have no target. And this Miracle Bonfire. Well, I could have miracled the Bonfire for 2. It's better than anything else I would have done this turn. We'll just pass. Oh, yeah, Malishkama says it's restore balance, Matthew. I'm sorry, I'm old school. I always remember, so I never played during balance, when balance was like a huge thing. So when Balancing Act came out, I remember that specifically because Odyssey was my jam. And then I didn't actually play when Restore Balance came out. So my balance is Restore Balance. Okay, so this has 6 time counters on it still. And I think we just have to try to kill him. So let's do it. Well, we want to have access to double red. Post restore balance. And put him at 13, and the next turn we'll put him at 6. And then he basically has to have an answer or he dies. So 5 time counters. He could also just, like this turn, play a permanent and then remove all his Gargadon counters, but we can play. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and concede. We're not winning this game. And take out all of our Finks. Let's read what restore balance. Let's see if I can remember this command. / card restore balance. The exclamation point or balance. I want to make sure that I can, if it's, and then sacrifices the rest. Okay, so we can get some extra value with Finks. I don't think our LD spells are going to be good. Beast Within might be good at it because it seems decent at killing Gargadons, as well as the mana rocks. Bonfire seems pretty awful. We'll bring in the Shatterstorm. Let's see. Do I just want to keep a bonfire in here for value? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe that's a good plan. The restore balance, how does it affect artifacts? Player chooses a number of lands, and then they do creatures. Yeah. So please beat this deck so this person doesn't feel validated for playing it. I agree. We'll just Inferno Titan seems kind of mediocre here, so things that we also have Thrones and stuff. I mean, our Thragtusk is going to do a little bit of work, because basically, like, with a pseudo living end card, and then it still does sacrifices creatures and discards cards. So it's lands. So it doesn't affect artifacts. Okay. So it's just lands, creatures, and cards in hand. Okay. Well, we have some options here. This is a pretty... we'll keep it. No, do we want to keep it? We got a Grudge, but if they have a Gargadon, then no. Wasilewski69 asks, "Are you from Toronto?" I am not, actually. I am Kansan and not Canadian. So, no. What a well. Oh, that Grudge is so good. But, like, if we don't draw lands, they just... we'll mulligan. Okay. This is, like, better and worse. So we will keep. We want a land. An actual land. Okay. Fetch. Okay. Oh, alright. So, suspended for 6. Oh, that was nice. Okay. Now we have some some pressure in the form of Arbor Elf. Ooh, 1 land. All right. Or maybe he's just not playing lands because I haven't played lands. Maybe that's one way to play against this deck. I don't know. I've never played against Restore Balance. And 4 time counters on it. Oh, good lord. Okay. And we'll attack. And I think we Moss. Well, if we Moss his land, he'll sack it to Gargadon. Maybe we should have attacked. Maybe we should have attacked for 4 there. So 4 turns. He's at 16. He basically has 3 turns in order before. Oh, we want to have. Let's see. I mean, we want to have lands in play in case we draw like a Stormbreath Dragon. So I think we just keep on. I'm afraid that playing more lands will inspire him to feel like he can play more creatures or more lands. And in turn, more permanents for Gargadon. And I'll knock him down to 12. And Restore Balance has 2 time counters on it, so it's going off 1, 2. So I have 2 more turns, so I can put him at 4. Okay, yeah, Militia Mo says, forgot to tell you to take out Blood Moon because it would rarely matter. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I would have taken out though, but and so 7 time counters on it. So this Finks will be decent still, because he'll have quite a bit of time before he's... So Restore Balance will go off next turn. Then what we can do is go after his border post. Show you play one. Not super familiar with his list, so alright, and we'll just hold this elf and just get in there for 4. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Oh yeah, I should have played the Blood Moon instead of doing nothing. Oh yeah, and I gotta update my wind counter from my fish match. Thanks, Milishkamo. I always forget about that thing. No. Now Restore Balance is gonna go off my Kingdom for a Spell Pierce. Well, not a Spell Pierce because he just counters it, but whatever. Oh, wait. We will go ahead and add a red mana to our mana pool in response. Keep 6. Okay, so sure, we'll discard one of our grudges. So what, I have to mulligan down to... or... Oh, choose cards in hand to keep. Okay. Usually choose to discard or sacrifice. That's weird. Yeah, that's fine. Now keep our... Gargadon has 5 time counters on it. Let's see how my math works. I think I want to go ahead and Blood Moon here. Just so that, like, you can't play Ardent Plea or Violent Outburst. Border Post. And we can grudge his Border Post next turn. Cancel. How do we want to sequence this? So we want to grudge his border post, but we also want to... We can play a grudge from our hand, I guess. With the red. Yeah, let's do that. Play the sprawl on this forest. Name red. And then we will play the Arbor Elf. Then grudge his border post. So 3 time counters on it. And we have 3 attacks. At least he will discard cards when if he ever gets to restore balance. We're kind of in a good spot. All we need to do is, like, if we top deck a Titan or a Dragon, we'll have a lot of options here. So Blood Moon actually may be way better than what we... That is fine. Damn it. Acid Moss and Gargadon do not play well together. Well, we have a couple draw steps at least. So if we get to get 8 cards, stack, border post, and we will flashback grudge. Whenever we have priority. Post main, though. Okay, so we can Acid Moss his plains. Go get our next land. Untap. Acid Moss's plains. Okay, and then untap, and then if we draw land or a dragon, we got it. Go to 5. Well, we actually have some options with the Batter's Skull too, so that is that will buy us a turn, assuming he doesn't have it. Well, he can't dismember. Down to a race. No, it does not have trample. So, yes. Land. Come on. God Oh, well, okay. Well, we're buying ourselves a couple turns, I guess. Which has got to be annoying for him. And if he attacks, actually, so he can't attack us because basically we can block, persist back, equip up Batterskull, and attack him back. So he is in not a great position. And, oh my gosh, next turn, if he doesn't attack, we can equip up Batterskull and just attack into his Gargadon. And his Gargadon has to block. And we kill it and persist back. Or we draw a land and just play Titan. Either way. Let's go. So that buys more than a couple turns. Yep. Or we can just rip a bonfire. Yes. We'll just go ahead and alright, he has conceded from the game. No, I don't think we need Shatterstorm. That seems a bit unnecessary. I do like... Do we go just more burn? The Acid Moss is kind of awkward with the... Yeah, let's take out an Acid Moss. Do we just go Sunshocks or Bonfires? I think... So he discarded his own. Yeah, Molishko says he discarded his own Blood Blue, Not Sure Moon. It's super good against the other deck playing it. Yeah. Yeah, let's do a Titan and another Bonfire. Ooh, that was actually the only Bonfire left in the deck. So that was kind of cool. Maybe Pia and Kieran are fine here too. And they make a bunch of dudes that survive. Actually, I like that over the Titan. Let's do that. They make a bunch of blockers for Gargadon. Let's go to Acid Moss is only bad when he has Gargadon, then that's a 4 of, so maybe not worth playing around. That's his best card against you. Yeah, I just would rather go down to 3, so we'll do that. Oh, second. Well, we can play a second turn Moon, so that's going to be good. Fetch. Goddamn Gargadon. Arbor Elf. Then we'll be able to go to Moon and Thrun. Oh, he suspended 2 Gargadons. Well, we have a grudge for... any border post he chooses to play. What were we saying about the whole Acid Moss being bad? And we'll go ahead and... Oh, no, no, no! Oh. Well... Cancel. Well, we're just gonna like... Oh, he mulled the 4. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably pay more. That's online. It's so hard. So it's much more difficult to pay attention to that sort of stuff. But all right. So we can go sprawl into 4 mana. Can we make 7 mana this turn? 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I don't know if it's actually even necessary. It could be detrimental. Because he can just go fetch. But, I mean, it is 2 less permanents to sack the Gargadon, I guess. But let's see. One has 8. One has 9. And so what? We'll put him off of... I'll probably go get an island. We're going to put him off white at least. He can go get a forest. We'll give him Violent Outburst mana, but we'll keep him off of Ardent Plea mana. And Acid Moss. Not so great. Plus, he also just has access to Beast Within right now. Yes. Play Thrun. Okay. And okay. And we'll play Blood Moon. He'll fetch a couple times. And I guess I can possibly moss his forest. And just to make him sack it. To keep him off of both of his cascade spells and his removal spells. Most people ask, why did I not drop Moon first? He could cascade first right now, technically. Yeah, I didn't. I just didn't think about that. And we'll attack for 5. And we'll just make it lethal. His avatar now makes a lot more sense. I don't know why people play avatars that like broadcast that sort of information, but your prerogative, I guess. Alright, see if Twitter has anything. Clues. Sweet. Alright. New. Oh, yeah, Mushkimo says the guy who's unwillingly playing with the... Do we do it? 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we do it. For the kids. All right. So, restore balance. 1 match win. 1 game, 1 loss. 1 win. And a play win and a draw win. And then I think... I don't remember whether we were on the play or draw game 1. So, Maleshkamo, why aren't you going to the IQ tomorrow to hang out with your favorite streamer? Do we have any questions in the chat? You can hit me up on Twitter or on Twitter at Matt Mendoza. So, is my computer fan? And also let me know if my computer fan is too loud. Malishkamo, I have a meeting tomorrow. Well, why do you have meetings on Sundays? And it seems like an inconvenient day to have a meeting. So, Malishkamo, I was also talking to more opponents last night, and it seems like other people have noticed the same thing that you have noticed, that Eldrazi is gone. Michael said he has basically played it twice in the last 3 or 4 leagues. I've played it 2 times in the last 15 matches. Well, 2 times in the last 17 matches. So, yeah. Okay. And I am on the draw, but we will be able to ramp. So we'll go ahead and keep this. It has some explosive potential, so. Serum Visions. Okay. So he's last seen 20 days ago playing Azorius Super Friends. Nope. Cannot. Alright, we'll play the elf. And then hopefully we'll draw into like a... Oh yeah. Win counter. We're up to 60 now. 100 matches. It took me 100 matches to play against. We're going to attack for one. It took me 100 matches to play against Restore Balance. Well, it took me more than that, actually. Alright, so next turn we'll have, what, 2, 4, 6 mana? 7 mana? That seems pretty nice. So, this does not look like Azorius Super Friends. Thank you, MTG bot. Now, please do not electrolyze. Oh my god. Alright, so Grixis control of some kind. And no need to overload our lands. We'll just go ahead and, just in case he has Ghost Quarter. Oh man. Serum Visions. Okay. Get some extra value. Let's open up his graveyard so that we know how much he can delve. Well, let's get aggressive. Representing Bolt. Can't bolt this guy. Could have. Okay. Terminate works. Well, we'll just play another dragon. Mana Lake? Okay. So, 4 cards in hand, full graveyard. Cryptic mana. And just jam another dragon, I guess. Another, yep, Snapcaster Mage, Flashback, Mana Leak, or Terminate. No. Well, hopefully this Batter Skull sticks next turn. Oh, he has so many cards in his hand. Ugh. And this Batter Skull. Please don't have a response. Okay. Yeah, Militia said I might have even have bonfire to buy time. Yeah, maybe. Oh my god, that's just disgusting. It didn't work out. I run out of cards eventually, right? Right? Four, five. Cletus. That would be a Miracle Bonfire would be pretty nice right now. Yeah, the Menace is gone, so the Grixis control decks are now back. So let's see, we could... No, we can reset... it's a precarious plan, but like, we're like super dead in a lot of different ways, but We'll kill his Kalidas on his upkeep. Vampire or zombie. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Okay. So we'll do kill it on upkeep to give it summoning sickness. We'll go to 1. And then we'll bonfire next turn. Hopefully he doesn't like kill my Arbor Elf. Which of course he does. Jeez. Well, I die regardless. So, regardless of how this works. Well, that hand was gas. Tempo, Grixis. Loss, and I was on the draw. No. I know I want this stuff. What goes out? Bonfire. Now the question is, does Blood Moon come in? So I don't know about the relics though. They shut off Snapcaster Mage, but I think I'd rather I don't bring them in against Jund or Junk, and I mean maybe they're good here. I'll take out the Beast Withins. We don't want to... Acid Moss or Stone Rain. Maybe actually Inferno Titan. Yeah, I like that. So let's see. So this one, Tony is a lifer, Grixis player, and he says he hates seeing Relic. Okay. Well, let's try it. Now what do we take out? Blood Moon probably is only just so effective. So let's try that. So Mojkama, we also had a discussion, Michael and I. We were wondering what. Do you think Blood Moon is effective against Living End? Or how should we be boarding against you? This looks decent. Well, let's... let's try it. I mean, he has some stuff, but I feel like it's going to be one of those hands that, the more gas we can draw, he has to kill it. Oh. dream cannot be lived. That's okay, though. The Utopia Sprawl's pretty solid. Bulb. That's reasonable. Land. Come on, any land. Alright. And I think we'll fetch a forest here. That way it would just take less damage. And any land next turn will give us the ability to to go get another mountain. Okay. I gotta fix this sideboard. Thrun. Do I have Thrun listed twice? I do. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Let's fix this real quick. Thrun. Stroll. Okay. Stone Rain. What? All right. That's fair. Not a huge fan of that tech. That was just dirty. Stone Rain. Who plays Stone Rain? That's some garbage. Alright. Well, this game is not going to go my way. Maybe the whole one land, two dork hand was not. I mean, he destroyed my land with Stone Rain. That's not very nice. Well, just this game is not going according to plan. Alright, we will update our loss and match loss. Update our counter. Maybe that one if we just mulligan differently. See how much time we have. Well, yeah. So Melissa says I think it could be time to adjust your online list for the fact that Eldrazi is gone. Seems softish to blue in the current iteration. Yeah. So I addressed this earlier. That I'm testing for the IQ tomorrow. I'm testing for the paper metagame that I project to be there. So being that it's like behind, not I expect the GP metagame. So basically that's why like I don't have more Thruns or whatever. That just is why. I would probably play more Kitchen Finks in the board or like some more Baloths or something. If I expect Culligan's command and But I'm just trying to get some reps in, some last minute reps in with this current version before I go jam it tomorrow. All right. 101. Yes. All right. So, solid hand. We'll keep it, and we are on the play or the draw. We are on the play. And sprawl on red. Now, hopefully he doesn't go like land, Simian Spirit Guide, Stone Rain. That would be ridiculous. Affinity. Okay. So this bonfire is going to get some extra value. We have a nice. We can slow him down even a little bit. Like if he has a. So hopefully he doesn't go like drum, Memnite stuff. Okay. So this is good. Opal. Oh, don't play Ornithopter. Stop playing things. Come on. Now we have kind of an option here where we can choose to play birds and get one turn closer. So if we draw a land, we can bonfire for 2, and we're one turn closer. I think that we go bigger. And next turn we'll be able to bonfire for 2 or play Batterskull. Or, well, if we, and then, you know, we run the chance of playing a Titan earlier. Could play like plating and then equip it up and attack for 4. Or play, well, you can't play Master. So you can tap out to play Master. I think against this current draw so far, that bonfire is looking pretty appealing, even at 1 for next turn. Alright, well, we didn't get to draw the land that we wanted, but we can still bonfire for 1 and then hold up the fetch. And get a Steel Overseer and Vault Scourge, which is pretty good value, as well as getting rid of his creatures to tap for Springleaf Drum. 2 cards in hand. Pretty solid. Pretty solid this game, I feel like. Right. Ravager. Okay. Now, if we don't draw a land here, it's going to be a little awkward because you can also... That's no bueno. Well, at least we can beast within his plating. Should he equip it? I don't have a compelling reason to Stone Rain. We just really want to draw a land, followed by another land. Then we'll make him use his mana to utilize it. He does have some ability to move it around at instant speed, like should he attack, like equip a Nexus. Well, no, actually, like he can animate a Nexus and attack, but he doesn't have the ability to move it around at instant speed. Oh, alright, that's fine. I will not block. Are you... Oh, that's weird. That's champion. Yep, that makes sense. We can still, we'll still go after his plating next turn. He has the option. Does he want the 3/3 or does he want the extra +1/+1 counter? And that Etch Champion is going to be a problem. Fortunately, I actually think the Beast token at that point might have been better. Alright, we got our land. And let's go get Forest. Yeah, Forest. I don't foresee him killing my birds anytime soon. Then we could, I mean, we do have like the ability to play Batterskull and then untap, and if we draw a land, we can play Titan, and then if we survive that long, we get to untap and then equip Batterskull to Titan, which is pretty disgusting. Even if he can just block it with Etch Champion, because it still gets to deal the 3, and we basically pad our life total. And then with the Titan, next turn, hopefully we draw a land, and then we can go after the Ravager, force him to sacrifice some stuff to it, or use it, move its counters to Etch Champion. He's in a position right now to attack for 2. He could attack for 4 with Etch Champion, but if he doesn't want to attack with both Nexuses and the Champion, but he'll probably hold the Champion back to prevent me from gaining life with the Germ token. Signal Pest. And I'll tap the Signal Pest for mana, and make the other Nexus attack me for 2. I doubt he'll attack me for 4 here. Well, now the question is, do we want to, well, we don't, we'll block. Yeah, we just block here. because he can move the tokens to a land, which is great. Or he can move the tokens to his champion. Either way, we're forcing him to make a decision. Alright, well this just keeps getting better, I think. He can make a big champion, but he doesn't have the ability... If I draw a land, I get to make a 10-10 Inferno Titan next turn. Well, we can go after one of his nexuses, which is still fine. We're going to take a chunk of damage next turn, though. We will not attack with our Birds of Paradise. We could have also, well, no, equipping birds there. We still have, we would have had to tap the birds to equip. So, really, that was our play was pretty dictated there. And we'll take 9. Here's what he had in his hand. Steel Overseer. And then we can we'll do 2 and 3. He does have the option to pile it all onto like the Signal Pest and attack me for 6. So at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If he sees it, he can just attack me for lethal. No, he can't, because then he can attack and then give his champion all the counters, since it'll still have protection. I don't know if I should give him this much credit, though. He's playing the pretty awful Art of Etch champion, so he's already made some pretty poor decisions in the deck building phase, so hopefully that translates over to his play skill. Yep, he saw it. Yep. Well, we could have won that game had we hit our land drops, but whatever. Alright, Affinity, now we get to try out the new Shatterstorm tech that we have in the board. And were we on the draw that game? We were on the play. Okay. And shocks and grudges. And we take out all this junk. One acid moss. One Thrun. And then I think it was one dragon. I think we took out one dragon. Yeah. And I like having the second. Usually against aggressive decks, we'd probably be board out most of the Beast Withins. He has so many troublesome permanents, though, that there's the versatility that Beast Within gives us. I like to have access to. And double check. Acid Moss is always one of those cards that sometimes I want to sideboard out because it doesn't do anything. Like tapping out turn 4 for a sorcery speed spell that does not affect the board can just cost you the game. Well, we can't keep this. Oh no! Well, hopefully we draw like a saint. Yay, playing on MTGO. Now if we go runner, runner, forest, forest, we may actually have a shot in this game. But if we do not, we will not. That's easy. Yeah, you can see my... I'll just accidentally clicked keep. Yeah, Malishkamo, it's also super late. Even I didn't realize how late it is. Might be good to rest up. Oh yeah, this will be my last game. Just saw the clock go from 2 to 3. Yay, daylight savings time. Well, he took my sprawl. Good for him. I think we will just fetch a stomping ground. And Arbor Elf. This would be insane if this was the legend of the no land keep against Affinity. That ended up being a victory. Yep. Sunshock don't care about Spellskite. Oh man. This is just getting better. Three cards in hand. All right. That was a little uncalled for. So we can grudge. So we can untap to have 4 mana. So end of turn, we can grudge. And then Sunshock. Hopefully. Alright. Well, at least we have some options here. That is fine. I accept your 2 points. Drum. Another champion. Joy of joys. Well, let's go after... Can we actually get his 2 champions? Grudge, no. We grudge this. We Sunshock this. We still can't get rid of his... Well, Moshikomo, champion, another sign the meta has adapted to Eldrazi's disappearance. Yeah. Game 2... Or Game 1, he had champion. So, yeah, absolutely. That is definitely a good point. And we will go ahead and use the extra. And I think that's why, like, Shatterstorm is good right now. Well, if we didn't have that Springleaf Drum, we could actually kill his champions. Yeah, we'll just let him. We will pass the turn. We have no compelling reason to bonfire. Plating. Equip. Attack. For 9. Well, we can Sunshock his Ornithopter at least. Make it 8. Well, that kind of blows. Because we just die here. Well. Oh, well. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, this will be this video will be archived on YouTube. You can check that out at the link above at youtube.com/Matt Jacob Mendoza, and please subscribe as well. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Twitter is also right above me at Matt Mendoza. As well, we are I'm 1/4 of Canada's premier Magic podcast, the A Team. You can find us on iTunes and manadeprived.com. And right above me is the link where you can go and donate to our trip to Toronto. We're trying to get there so we can do a whole bunch of content, including podcasts, podcasting, live streaming, interviews, deck techs, all sorts of fun stuff. As well, we are giving away a whole bunch of things, including an Expedition Temple Garden and an Expedition Verdant Catacombs. And you can find all of the prizes and the link and all of the information to donate at the link above at gofundme.com/ateamtoronto. Thank you very much for watching, and I will post all my tournament updates on Twitter tomorrow as they happen. So take care, and try not to let the one less hour of sleep affect you too much. So thanks for watching. Have a great night.